Great ride,
Good morning.
great cruise.
I'm Be the Rider PA.
Ohio. Brian
This is
and
me having
myself,
coffee
Be the Rider PA. Have already talked
with Mr. HDR first thing in the morning.
I think it's Adventure Harley Davidson.
Enjoy the show.
The day that Adam
It'll be
is
great.
coming.
We're going to Adam
We're going to
Sandoval.
ride with Adam Sandoval.
Hope to see you there.
Convoy from there.
Have a great day.
To
Enjoy the ride.
Washington,
and enjoy the
PA,
show.
to Still City.
Woohoo! Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back once again. This is Ty from Tennessee. I'm down here near Nashville, Tennessee, in the Great Smoky Mountains. And my favorite Harley Davidson dealer, as you know, is White Lightning Harley Davidson dealer. And wait. No, I may look like Ty in this getup because Ty from Tennessee always wears his hat backwards. He always wears dark glasses when he's talking to the camera. So I figured I would imitate my buddy Ty from Tennessee this morning. So, hey, everybody, good morning and welcome back once again. There's Ty from Tennessee. You know, it's a tribute to you, my friend, when I opened the show as you. But, hey, Ty from Tennessee. See, you didn't know, huh? You thought, why is Ty from Tennessee in the HDR studios? Don't know why. But I thought I would steal his look this morning, and, this is the customary Ty from Tennessee look here today, and getting close to Halloween, I figured play some dress up. All right, so hopefully the audio is coming through there this morning. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back once again to another edition of Coffee with HDR. This is show number 139 for September the 16th, 2023 at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And sorry about last week, but, priorities take over sometimes, and I had to be at a college class. If I wasn't there, I would lose 100 points off the top of my grade, and I'm just not ready to do that. And I'll talk a little bit about the college and the way everything's going there today a little bit. And we're also going to talk a lot about motorcycles, and we're talking about your seasonal riding. And I think this is going to be an interesting thing to talk about today. So let's go through here first and say good mornings to everybody. And we'll start out there. Let me find my mouse. Where's your mouse, Jack? All right. Good morning to Captain Ed. The Smyrna Cowboy says he has to go out there at 7:30 because he has a breakfast meetup. Now, Smyrna Cowboy, you probably know better than anybody when Coffee with HDR is on. It's on from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. So you should only set up brunch meetings for Saturday morning, not breakfast meetings. Go to brunch. But have a good ride there, my friend, for sure. Hey, Dean C., good morning. Road Glide Andy's in the house. Good morning to him. Toby Northern, HDAV Traveler. Debbie is in the house. My sister, with her dog Mallory, is in the house. Jamon's in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Two Wheel Rocket. Pete Moto Adventures. Let's see who else. Ron Kelly's in the house. Mini Moto's in here. Danny's in there this morning. Ty from Tennessee with the Ty from Tennessee look here. Am I pulling it off? Good morning to Bodine 52. Good morning, my friend. Glad to have you in there this morning. Let's see here. Going back through here a little bit more. Mike Bodine's in the house. Good morning. Real Jackie Boy's here. BD Ryder, who I believe recently retired. Congratulations to you. Sorry about the sniffles there this morning. This air conditioning is killing me at this time of year. Ron Kelly's in the house. Let's see. WS Keys on 3. And Mike Bodine there. So, yeah, we got a good group here this morning. I think I got everybody. Mrs. HDR is in the house from far, far away. She is in upstate New York. So she's enjoying some time away and enjoying some relaxation time there for sure. She deserves that. She needs time away. Especially wait, I got a song for you. Everybody needs a little time away from HDR. Yes, that's true now. How you like that song? I'm working on it. I don't have all the lyrics written up right now, but hey, anyway. Jarvis Biker said, you still have the AC on? Absolutely, Jarvis Biker. We do still run the AC at night because I can't sleep when it's hot. So anyway. Pete Motor Adventure says she's drinking wine, and I saw, yep, she's drinking wine. Today they're going to a place called, shoot, I can't remember it. Uh, anyway, they're going to a brewery today, is where they're heading today. So it's a very famous brewery. I can't remember the name of it. I just told everybody at work yesterday about it. I don't know. I can't. Oh, wait. Apple, cran apple drinks. Okay. Anyway, let that one go because I can't remember. Oh, Angry Orchard. I'm sorry. They're going to the Angry Orchard Brewery today. So if you want to meet up with Mrs. HDR and her whole crew, they went up there. Her and all these other women went up there and took motorcycles with them, and they had a great ride up. And I couldn't go. I had to work, so. They're all up there on their motorcycles, and they rented a big Airbnb, and they're taking the bikes over today to Angry Orchard. So if you want to go over and have a meetup, they will be there today if you're close in that area. I think she is signing autographs, so if you'd like an autograph from Mrs. HDR. Jarvis Biker said, hey, I used my hot wire gear the other day up here. Oh, I haven't had my hot wire gear on for 2 years. Spent $500 for hot wire gear, and I don't wear it. If it's cold, I don't ride. I can't do it anymore. I'm getting too old. So, anyway. Yeah, Angry Orchard. I got you now. So, there you go. That's where they are heading today on the group of women up there with their motorcycles. Now, they're not all Harleys. There's a couple Honda riders up there with them. And, you have what you have, right? Okay, so anyway, take off the glasses. This is an Adam Sandoval move. Well, everybody out there, man. Yeah, nice to see you again. All right. Okay. There we go. So, yeah, last week anyway, I had to go up to IUP, Indiana University of Pennsylvania, where I am on my last semester, my last class. Thank God, because it's killing me. It's just been a ton of work. Matter of fact, I just looked this morning. I got 3 papers due by Wednesday. So you know what I'll be doing today? Well, I'll be out riding my Harley Davidson motorcycle around and making beautiful videos? No. I will be sitting here writing papers until I get them done. And then I'll think about riding. So anyway. Mrs. Azure said there's some beautiful roads up around where they're at, upstate New York. And I really, she said that she was riding yesterday, and they were on the communicators talking, and she was talking to her daughter. And she said, hey, these are some nice switchbacks and some nice, some nice twisties up here. And they're like, what is a switchback? Right? Is that a motorcycle term? I don't know. But they didn't quite understand that. So, but, okay, so it's in Elaineville, New York is where we got to go, guys. That's going to be another meetup we're going to do. And we got to get together and go to Elaineville, New York to do some fantastic riding up around there. If you're from that area, please let us know for sure. We'd love to hear from you. And let us know what it's like in that area. My hat is crooked as shit, and I don't understand it. Anyway. So. Oh, there you go. Oh, no. No. Why you keep turning it the other way, dummy? It looks good. My camera's actually crooked. My hat's perfectly straight, but my camera's like, I don't know. I got to fix that one day. So anyway, so we went up there last week. Coming home was quite the ride, right? So we get out of class about 1:30, 2 o'clock. Took some pictures on campus because I don't plan on ever being back there again the rest of my life, unless I accidental go through the area. But had enough of college classes and college in general. Just I'm done with it, So I'm trying to get this last class wrapped up here. I thought we established a long time ago your head was crooked. Yeah, my head is crooked. It's the metal plate in there. Right there, Clark. I got that metal plate in there, and I just can't go through metal detectors at the airport anymore. You know what I mean, Clark? Anybody know what movie that's from? When he says he has a metal plate in his head? You just coming in from a party night with the friends. Yeah. Yeah, I partied hard last night, guys. I watched Casino. If you have never watched Casino, it's about a 3 hour movie. I watched the whole thing. And I've seen it about 500 times, but it is a great movie, man. I love mobsters. I think mobsters are cool. Mobsters were the original motorcycle clubs or motorcycle gangs before motorcycle clubs was a thing, right? It was mobsters, guys. They didn't need motorcycles. They had big guns, and they just shot you dead, and buried you out in the desert. They didn't care about any of this stuff. They just whacked you. It's like if you got a message you're going to be whacked, you better run. You can't hide, but you better run. So yeah, I love mobster movies, man. I think mobster movies are where it's at. That's the original gangs. Just think today, if you took like one of the gangs, one of like Al Capone or one of the big time mobster guys, and John, what was his name? John DeLeon, John, whatever it was. But you bring him back, right? And you put him up against some of these street gangs today. They would run and hide. These guys are ruthless, man. You know, they didn't just kill you; they killed you and they cut you up, right? Ty knows all about that. Oh no, Ty don't know about that. But anyway. Yeah, Ty, you would have made a good wise guy, right? Ty, you're going to be a made man, okay? Ty knows what that means. The rest of you don't know what that means to be a made man, right? Once you're made, it's hard to get a hit out on you once you're made, unless it's from another mobster group. So, yeah, wood chipper material. You're right. Yeah. I am doing breakfast at the lake on the Ozarks this week. Mike Bodine says, wouldn't you love to have, hey, Steve, good morning to you, Steve Streetline. Wouldn't you love to have Mike Bodine's life? He's a world traveler, that guy. He's retired. He lives on his Harley Davidson motorcycle and just goes place to place to place to place and just enjoys life. That's what it's all about, right? Enjoying your life. So, Mr. H. George said, I wish I had some Irish coffee. Why don't you guys have Irish coffee up there? I don't understand. You're away. You should have bought some Irish and you should have bought some coffee. Irish coffee. You should have bought some cream, whatever it is, and made yourself some Irish coffees up there. Told you. Man, damn air conditioning. Got me all screwed up today. Mrs. HDR will sign your forehead. Now, the way she does, depending on what body part that Mrs. HDR is signing with a black Sharpie, she charges based on where the body part is. So I believe the forehead is one of the cheaper places, right? It's $29.99 for the forehead. And then it works down your body and the price goes up as you go down, right? So, especially feet. She doesn't like feet. So when she gets to your feet, that price is going to be $2,999.99 to sign your feet. So $29.99 at the head and work your way down. That's how the prices work. So, yeah, Miss H.R. said they partied in a hot tub last night. So I can't even believe they're awake already at 8 o'clock in the morning. So they were pounding down margaritas and tequila. They go, tequila. Anyway. So last week I went in. I had to go into the college class. It starts exactly the same time as the show starts. So that leaves me no option to not do the show last week. I did receive a lot of emails from a lot of you guys. Thank you so much for those. Asking about, why I didn't do it on Sunday morning. And Sunday morning with a lot of you going to church and, with all that, a lot of you having group rides on Sundays, I decided Sunday probably wasn't the best idea at that time to transfer it over to. So during the winter months, it's not bad because a lot of you are on the East Coast with me here. A lot of you, and that's what we're talking about today's riding seasons. But to a rocket, after losing my best friend over 10 years yesterday, we had decided to take the bikes and the other pups to Tennessee this coming weekend. Hopefully it will be good riding. Yeah, I hope so, man. Sorry about your friend there. It's hard to lose a buddy, that's for sure. Let's see. WSK's on 3. So when they broke ground for the VA hospital in North Las Vegas, they uncovered a skeleton dressed in 1940s attire. Zoot, suit, etc. That's cool. Riding season. What's that? You can't ride 12 months out of the year. Now, Pete Moto Adventure, that's what I'm going to talk about today, because I think that's pretty exciting. That's a topic, right? And there's two things I want to talk about today. One is Excuses Why Not to Ride by Toby Northern. The second is riding seasons. Now, guys, we all have riding seasons. If you believe it or not, because I think it goes right along with the excuses. I think it all works together. So for us, obviously, riding season is when, it starts snowing, it starts hailstones, it starts raining, ice. The roads get all crazy and nasty, and you can't ride anymore. Some people tell you once the salt's laid down, I won't ride anymore. Well, that's not the case anymore if you have an adventure bike. Because if you could ride on gravel, you could ride on salt. Okay, that's not a big deal anymore with an adventure bike. But would you want to? You don't want to take your Harley Davidson out. Not that you can't ride it, because I have ridden in the snow. I have ridden in salt before with my Harley Davidson motorcycle, and you can tell that by looking at my back rim. My back rim is absolutely blackened. I ruined the rim. Is what I did. So, and for me to go out and set out and to spend $2,000-$3,000 for another rim, it's not really me. That's not what I want to do. So I just left it the way it is. It is kind of black, but I tell everybody I had it blacked out. Nobody knows the difference. They're like, "Oh, that looks awful cool, man. It looks like a blacked out rim." Yeah, it is. It's blacked out. So, and it's from the salt is what it's from. I know what it's from. People say, "Well, HDR, don't you bring your bike back and wash it?" No, dude. In the wintertime, you don't wash you don't wash anything in the wintertime because it freezes outside, right? So I normally do not. My buddy Henry gave me some stuff, and I cleaned it one day, and it was kind of better, but it wasn't great. So there's about 4 to 6 weeks here where it is too cool, but that's about it. Okay, so that's cool, Ty. And I get that, but I get messages from people all over the U.S. And these are messages very interesting. So I just thought, well, if I lived in Texas, man, I could ride all the time. Or if I live in Vegas, I could ride all the time. Or if I live in California, man, every day I'd be on the motorcycle. I would sell my car. Truth of it is, sometimes it's too hot in those states to ride. So what they do, their riding season starts in October, and it ends basically in March when ours starts because it's just so hot. Imagine getting on a motorcycle and it's 158 degrees outside. You put your helmet on, you put your jacket on because you're cool, right? Because we know jackets keep us cooler than the sun, which there is some philosophy behind that. And it is true. I still at times take my jacket off, throw it in the tour pack, and don't wear it. And you're out there and it's 158 degrees, right? And your head feels like it's going to blow off your body. So they don't ride. They park their bikes in the summer when we're riding. It's too hot in them climates. So just something to think about. Even Pete Moto Adventure said sometimes in Florida it gets really, really, really hot. And not the best climate for a motorcycle. Can you ride? Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful day, sun's out. It's 120 degrees. Yeah, you can ride. But are you going to? Who knows? So anyway. But, like I said, this time of year, at least with the adventure bike now, I can get out. The only thing is with the adventure bike, it doesn't provide a whole lot of wind protection. And I do have heated gear, and I have not worn it for a while. Yesterday morning, I actually woke up. I had everything laid out. Mrs. HDR is not here right now, and I thought, well, I'm going to take the motorcycle to work because when I get off work, I can take a nice long ride and just relax, clear my head. That whole mental thing we talk about motorcycles, I could do that and clear my head from the week. And I thought that would be absolutely awesome. I woke up and I had to close the kitchen window because it was 42 degrees outside. Now, I could have worn all my gear. I could have put on all my gear and got all geared up, plugged into the bike. I would have felt like I was 70 degrees. But then you get to work. You got totally undressed to get all that gear back off and get dressed again. So you're in the bathroom trying to, and they don't put. I think in our bathroom, I need to talk to the maintenance guys because they need to put more hooks in the bathroom so I could actually change clothes in there, right? They don't. So you have all your stuff laying on the bathroom floor. It's kind of not the most sanitary place in the world, I guess. So that's why I didn't take the motorcycle yesterday. I just decided, no, I jumped in the car, I turned on the heated seat, and I kicked back. I turned my heat on, I defogged the windows. I was really, really a happy camper. So, did I miss something? Your title today includes time change. It doesn't say time change on there anywhere. I don't see it. I don't know. It's 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or you mean, was that on the thumbnail maybe? I don't know. No, Toby, I did not change the time this week. Paige Rod said, it's a season closer ride here to the northeast. And Paige, I think you're going, West Virginia is a very, very big state. If you were coming around Wheeling, if you can make your trip, make your route around Wheeling or around Weirton, West Virginia, I can meet you tomorrow or today. I don't know where you're at right now, but if you're coming through Virginia and just touching West Virginia, you're talking about like a 7-hour ride for me to get there. So, yeah, it's pretty far away, buddy. So that's just not going to cut it for sure. Real Jackie Boy's heading to Disney Springs this weekend, but would love to grab a bite and eat and catch up sometime next week. I'm not sure if we're. Oh, you're talking to Pete Moto Adventures is right down around Disney. Matter of fact, Pete has connections in Disney, so if you need some discounted coupons, some discounted lodging, Pete has some really good connections at Disney. All he has to do is pick up the phone, and he can make that happen for you. So if you want to stay at one of the really, really high-end places down there, call Pete's Moto Adventures. He'll hook you up. So for sure. Ron Kelly said heading to the Foothills Parkway and Tell of the Dragon after next weekend. That'll be a great ride. This is the site title, Coffee with HDR 139, time change. That's interesting. I don't think I can do anything about it right now either, can I? Maybe. All right, look at it now. Refresh your page, Toby. I fixed it. Anyway, yeah, no time change today. That's for sure. It is at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Chuck says, we came across Highway 50 in Virginia and West Virginia. It was a great ride. Then we did the triple nickel. Chuck, if I would know that we can get to the triple nickel from our house, it takes us about 2 hours. And I could be in that area. So, anytime you're coming up to the area of the triple nickel or Athens, Ohio, I can make it there pretty quick, especially the triple nickel. Athens, Ohio is an extra hour after that, but in that area, I can get there, maybe not 2 hours, maybe 3 hours I can get there, but it is worth the while to come see you guys. Pete Motor Ventures, but it is EDT right now, not EST. What? What is EDT? It's Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, wait. What happened there? No, it's not. It says Eastern Standard Time. Coffee with HDR 139, September 16th, 2023, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. EST. Good. Fixing the title up here as we're talking. That's pretty cool. I didn't know I could do that. Oh. Eastern Daylight Time. Yeah, that whole daylight time stuff, that's such BS, right? Why do we gotta turn the clocks, right? Did the caveman turn the clocks? No. Did the settlers that built this great nation turn their clocks and their sundials? No. Did, all of a sudden now, I gotta adjust the clocks, them farmers need an extra hour to get the crops in. Bullshit, right? No, they don't. Guys, there's lights on the tractors. Turn the headlights on and get your crops in, right? Wake up earlier in the morning, maybe. Get out there and get your work done. Don't wait until the end of the day. Oh, man. Anyway, sorry, that was a little rant. I had a thought there, but yeah. This whole Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time, change the clocks back, change them forward, change them back, change them forward, change them back. What the hell? Why? Leave the clocks alone. You know, I don't get it. I just don't get it. But anyway, oy, oy, oy. And then there's some states that don't change their clocks at all, right? Hawaii doesn't change their clocks because they're Hawaiians and they know better. They're like, they ain't changing our clocks because we're in Hawaii. You know, it's just they always know when the luau is, right? They and the pig roast, right? We were in Hawaii for a week, loved it, absolutely adored Hawaii, right? I want to move there, and I can't get Mrs. HDR to move with me. I want to move there for at least 2 years just to experience living on an island. She said, but no, but where we live, we could jump on a motorcycle because, she loves to ride so much, and we could take a ride to Ohio. We could take a ride to West Virginia. We could take a ride to Michigan. We can take a ride to Tennessee. But in Hawaii, you could take a ride and then you fall into the ocean. But it's Hawaii, right? How many people would love to just say, I live in Hawaii? I mean, to me, and I tell you what, guys, I had no pains. I had no aches in Hawaii. I wasn't stuffy like this crap that's going on in my head right now from this changing weather. It is a beautiful 70 to 80 degrees every single day, and there's no humidity, and it's just absolutely beautiful. It's so beautiful in Hawaii. There's no bugs. You eat in a restaurant, there's no windows. I asked the lady, I said, why is there no glass in your window? She goes, well, why do we need glass? We want the air flowing through the restaurant. I said, but the bugs will come in. She goes, there's no bugs that fly to Hawaii. It's Hawaii. Did you ever see ants doing the backstroke across the ocean? I was like, yeah, no. Or flies? No flies, no gnats, no nothing. So, anyway. Pete Motor French said Hawaii is great, but I wouldn't live there. See, I would love to live there. I would love to live in Hawaii. I mean, just like I said, even for 2 years, just to experience it, right? Just to see what it's all about, what it's like. But anyway, that's about that. Well, that's all I got to say about that. Yep. My mom always said, in Hawaii, if you miss your exit, you're riding, no problem. Just keep on going. You're right. In Hawaii, if you miss an exit, you don't get off. You just keep on going, and eventually you go right down to the boat ramps. Every road leads to a boat launch in Hawaii. How about that? That's cool, right? Especially if you're on a boat. But anyhow, so Toby brought this up a couple weeks ago, and he said, look, HDR, why don't you do? And I don't know why people want to give me a topic. Like, Toby, I appreciate you, buddy, but why don't you do the topic? So, why don't you do a topic of excuses for riding motorcycles or for not riding motorcycles, right? That can go two ways, right? So, now that I brought that up, actually, I think Bob, Bodine52, will have this video out next Sunday of excuses why to ride and excuses why not to ride. Okay. I don't, and I think you do need excuses both ways, right? Excuses to ride would be something like Bob brought up one time. His wife asked him to go get some stamps at the post office. That was an excuse. He jumped on a motorcycle and went to get stamps, right? He had an excuse to take the bike out. He didn't need to take it, but he grabbed the motorcycle. Now, Rogue Gladiator said HDR is the king of excuses not to ride. Yeah, I don't ride. I ride a lot. I do about 10,000 miles a year on my Harley, right? Of course, now I got two bikes. I split that up, so about 5,000 miles on each bike. 10,000 miles total per year. But that's including our vacation trips. And we took two this year, two vacation rides this year on the bike. So, but for me, and I was talking to a buddy of mine at work yesterday, and he was saying he's getting another motorcycle. And he goes, I like to ride. I don't like to ride too much alone, and I don't like to ride too much in groups. So I'm like, wait a minute. You just took out the two possibilities of riding. So if you don't want to ride in a group, so your excuse is, well, the group is too large. You don't want to ride with them, because you don't know what's going to happen. we proved at VAM and we proved at OWN. The group can be, guys, 500 motor. We proved at Adam Sandoval's Great American Convoy. And guys, I was riding on there on the highway at 90 miles an hour. 90 miles an hour. Until it started raining, then they slowed down to 75 miles an hour. But everybody kept up. And the ones that couldn't keep up peeled off and they left. I kept up. You know, I don't have that fear of dying that people have. I don't think I have that because I'm so old at this point in my life. I've done everything I wanted to do. And I'm very happy with everything I've proven in my lifetime. So going 90 miles an hour with the guys, I found it exciting, man. I found it great. I found it like rewarding. Like, whoa, crank it, throttle up, and flying down the highway. Who was going to stop, 80 motorcycles? There's no cop in the world that wants to pull over 80 motorcycles. They got to give everybody a ticket. We're all doing 80. So, I don't have that fear that people have, but a lot of people did. They say, ride your own ride. And I tell you guys that all the time. If you're not comfortable with a big group, peel off and usually know where the group is going. Just meet them there. It's not a big deal. It's okay. Toby North said, it's context. I said this because the time during the show you was giving excuses why you didn't ride that day. Yes. Okay, Toby, that's fine. I'm just saying that it's a good thought process. So there's a lot of reasons why you don't ride. Remember I told you guys a story about the time I almost got rear-ended by a very large truck. And I mean, it slid and it went right around me into the other lane so it didn't crush me between it and another truck. After that incident, I didn't ride for at least a month, maybe 2 months, because I was scared, very much scared that was going to happen again. So look at my first time. I'm not scared to die, but I don't want to die. How about that? Like, I want to live until I'm 95. I think that would be great. So if I can lower those possibilities or increase those chances of living until I'm 95, Mrs. HDR wants to keep me around until I'm 105 or maybe 1,005 because I'm such a great husband. I just threw that in there because she may still be listening. So anyway, big groups, no thanks. Anonymous Biker said he doesn't like groups. See, and some people don't like group riding. Bodine 52 is not one of the biggest fans of group riding. Ty from Tennessee is pretty comfortable with big group ride because he does a lot of them. Colin, Bronco Ride, has been doing a lot more group riding. So I think, I've done a lot of group riding and I've done a lot of lone riding. So being a lone rider out there, and you guys know it's so lonely. You got you and the camera. I think that's why we become YouTubers, because we're so bored on our motorcycles when we're out riding by ourselves. We want somebody to talk to. So we pick this very large audience out there called YouTube, and we start chit-chatting away, right? And we start throwing stuff out there all the time and just thinking of things to talk about. And it's great to do that. Group riding is just another skill set. You're right. Group riding is just another skill set. Jamon says, true that, HDR. Mid-show. Oh, mid-show roll. Hold on. Thanks, Toby. Hold on a minute.
Great ride,
Good morning.
great cruise.
I'm Be the Rider PA.
Ohio, Brian,
This is me having coffee
Be the Rider PA. I've already talked
with Mr. HDR first thing in the morning.
I think it's Adventure Harley Davidson.
Enjoy the show.
The day that Adam
It'll be
is
great.
coming.
We're going to Adam
We're going to
Sandoval.
ride with Adam Sandoval.
Hope to see you there.
Convoy from there.
Have a great day.
To
Enjoy the ride
Washington,
and enjoy the
PA
show.
to Steel City.
All right, so I just picked up on some of this. So Real Jackie Boy says his fear is surviving a bad crash with a lifetime of pain. Yes, that is a fear, right? So if you get in a bad crash and you have something's wrong with you, and that's very, very hard to live with, right? Or how about now? I mean, I'm still a working age, so I get in a bad crash. I mean, yeah, there's insurance and stuff, but let's say I've met a lot of uninsured motorists, which is a pain in my. I don't know how people get away. Pennsylvania, you have to have insurance. If you don't have insurance, you can't get your car inspected. What happens is they go to Progressive. They go online to Progressive or one of these other. The General is a big one that people use. They buy insurance. All you got to do is sign up for the insurance policy. You get the number, they go get their car inspected, they come home and they cancel the insurance policy. Yeah, people do that, so they don't have to pay insurance. So, but yeah, having a lifetime of pain. Ty from Tennessee say riding alone makes me nervous sometimes. And Ty, you know when I'm really nervous? When I ride my adventure bike out in the dirt, out in the gravel. I have no cell phone coverage. And I try not to think about it at the time, but wonder if you're out there. You know, Bob does it now. Pete does it. Wonder if you're out there somewhere you have no cell phone coverage. The bike falls on you, or you get stuck between the bike and a tree, and you become bear meat, right? Bear meat, or some other animal, maybe you know some tigers out there in the wood. Not a tiger, you know, maybe, but a chinchilla or something. Who knows? Something comes along is going to eat you, man. You can't get no help. It is scary, right? At least I can say riding street bikes. If you do go down, and Lord helps us, we never go down. If something would happen and you're on the street somewhere and there's traffic, somebody will find you, and I think that's very comforting, I guess. You know, I do get on some back roads sometimes with the Harley that I'm out in the middle of nowhere, and you know, if something goes wrong, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I've always thought about that. How far can I crawl? You know, I used to low crawl pretty far in the army, but I don't know now. I'm getting a little older. I don't know if I can low crawl that far. Toby Norther says, "Real Jackie boy, that is a good point. But as we all age, we become more prone to our bodies just doing this stuff naturally. I don't wish this on anybody." Uh, Jarvis Biker says, "Group ride complaints. Yeah, you're going too fast. You're going too slow. My saddlebag is loose." A saddlebag. What a great guy, saddlebag. WS Keys on 3. With the group rides, there's always that one guy with 50 patches, 100 pins, 30 mileage passes, as if to say, "Look at me. I'm very highly ranked in this group." And usually those are the worst shit riders in the group. The people with all the patches on their vest, guys, they usually suck riding motorcycles, right? It's like, come on, you know, get out, get over it. Jeez, you know, holy crap. You know, I've ridden with fast riders, I've ridden with slow riders, I've ridden in big groups, I've ridden in small groups. Sometimes I just like 2 or 3 bikes together and just ride, because if you get along, if they're your buddies and you get along with them and you go out, like myself and Rogue Glide Andy took a long ride one day, and he can't say that all the times I say no. And we went to get fried bologna sandwiches. I think we put like 200 miles on the bikes that day, and we had a good day. A lot of riding, you know. It's just fun. So there is no making everyone happy with group rides, and you're right. So group riding. Wondermon, good morning to you. It says, "I keep my cell phone inside my jacket pocket just in case I get thrown into the woods." That's a good idea. Mine's usually on my handlebars. So now what I do though is I do wear my Apple Watch. So as long as I'm within Bluetooth range of my phone, I can hit the SOS button on my Apple Watch and it will alert my phone and call for help. So that's a good thing to think about. I ride a huge, I I ride in a huge, a huge solo group. There you go. That's anonymous biker. One time out of 1,000, you said yes. Well, yeah, because I'm too busy, dudes. You know, right now, man. Everybody knows, and Jim knows it especially. He'll call me on a Saturday and be like, "Hey, man, you coming out to ride?" And be like, "Yeah, no, I got papers to grade. I got lessons to write. I got, you know, teaching is 9 months, 24 hours, 7 days a week for 9 months. So you have to remember that. Through the summer months, guys, I'm available on Wednesdays. I call guys, "Want to go for ride?" "I could go to work." What the hell? Why you got to go to work? I'm off. I can ride. Let's go ride Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Everybody's working, right? Like that retired guy, like Henry, when he retired, he's like, "I can't find anybody to do anything with because everybody's working." So same with me in the summertime. But anyhow, if you have service in the woods, yeah, if you have service, I mean, you know, true that happens, but anyway, yeah. So too busy is a good excuse. You're right, Paul. Too well, no, it's not even that. It's not too busy. Too busy is one thing. Too busy. I'm dusting my desk. right? That's an excuse. Too busy on washing my hair. How many did you guys ever get that when you were dating when you was a young man? You call a really nice girl up and she goes, "Oh, I gotta wash my hair Saturday night." Why don't you wash your hair every time you get in the shower? Are you that greasy? Are you that dirty and smelly? Ugh. Anyway. So, but if it's something you have to do, like I'm coaching my grandson's little league baseball team, then you know what? You don't need to be out riding your motorcycle. Enjoy your grandson, right? To me, those aren't excuses. Those are life things that you have to do. That's stuff that you're expected to do. So, but anyway, one of our trips, we had 3 couples with 6 bikes. We usually take a long trip together every year. There are about 7 of us that ride together on a regular basis, and that's a great, great way to go. Good morning to Boots and Jeans riders traveling up here to Alaska, right? North to Alaska. We're going north to Alaska. Down. Do, 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 do. There you go. Boots and Jeans. So uh, we are in the Big Easy this week. How are you in the Big Easy? You're supposed to be in Alaska. You're going north, further. Or is that trip almost all over? I'm still catching up on all the videos. Mike and I, we had 220 riders yesterday on the VFW ride. That's a lot of riders. So, but yeah, Jarvis Biker, Pains Rides, got to run, have some business to take care of. Oh, so you have an excuse. Is that what you're telling me, Pains Rides? Okay. Okay, I get it. You have an excuse. You gotta go. No, have a good day, buddy. Enjoy the day. Have a good time on your trip there for sure. And ride safe and ride your own ride. Right? Be safe out there. So Jarvis Biker had a really he brought up a really good point, and this happens all the time. So when you're in a big group ride or any group ride, you get those rides. You're going too slow. Jesus, I'm going to smash into the back of you. You're going too slow, and I'm just sick of these people going slow all the slow, 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 slow. Then you got the other people. Oh my God, they're going too fast. I can't keep up. I gotta go fast. I'm scared. Then you got those other people that go out, like with Roguelite Andy. Ah, oh, it's a gravel road. You took us on gravel road. You dumbass. Why'd you take us on the gravel road? The GPS takes you places, guys. It happens. Sometimes you're on gravel roads, especially in West Virginia, especially in Kentucky, Tennessee, and West Virginia, where we ride a lot. We get on gravel roads sometimes with our motorcycles, and that happens. Loosen up on the hand grips, take a breath, and let the bike go on its own. Okay, right? That's how gravel works. Don't hold on tight because you're gonna fight the front tire, right? Take it from an ADV rider, a guy that's been riding a lot of trails lately, a guy that's been riding a lot of gravel out there on his adventure bike. And I started that way. I started holding on tight and going real slow, and don't slow down. Speed up a little bit. Speed is your friend on gravel because you're going over the gravel. You're not going in it. Okay, so just take that word of advice. If there's a gravel road near me, Roguelite Andy's right. He will find it. Him and Be the Rider PA. If you ride with those 2 guys, you're going to hit a gravel road, right? Don't fear gravel. Look back at my videos. I did a video called Graveltized, and it talks all about gravel roads. Now, do I seek out gravel roads on a Harley Davidson? No, I don't, right? That's not what I do. I'm not $1 Million Bogan. $1 Million Bogan loves that stuff. He loves burying his Road King in the mud, right? He's an adventure rider, and he loves that stuff. I don't do that. So if I do run into one, like I did with Be the Rider PA, myself and Ty, and who else was with us? Myself, Ty, Be the Rider PA, and Bob Nelson hit this road. We rode 6 miles of gravel over a mountain. And I'm not lying to you. It was 6 miles. We clocked it when we hit it. We all made it. We all survived. And I tell you what, we have great stories to talk about. Whenever we're together, that story always comes up because it's something that bonded us together, right? It bonded us. We are now a band of brothers, a band of gravel brothers. And it's a really super thing to do together. So Toby Norris says gravel is fun. Just avoid the front brakes. Good point. Avoid the front brakes, right? Anonymous Baker says gravel rocks. Pun intended. There you go. Cool, buddy. Harley Davidson, it's one thing to make excuses for not riding or where not to ride, but there is no excuse for missing coffee. Toby, thank you. Right, there's never an excuse for missing coffee with HDR. Right. Okay. Smyrna Cowboy made was like, well, I scheduled breakfast at 8:30. No, the show's from 8 to 9, dude. Can't have breakfast till 9. I don't have breakfast until after I'm done. So anyway, no, I don't care. That's all right. So there is. I don't think there's really any excuses not to ride. I think there's life is will present itself either a riding day or a not riding day. Today I plan on taking a long ride. A lot of you guys have done these videos on solo riding, and I thought I wanted to introduce a solo ride to everybody, but life may get in its way today, and I may not. So be that whatever. My motorcycles will last a long, long time. So I got one more, just one more payment on my Harley. Then it will be my bike. The bank won't own it no more. It'll be my motorcycle. Anyway, one more payment on a Harley. So I'm planning that 2018. When I'm talking to you guys here on Coffee with HDR, and my estimate is in 2030, I will still be riding that 2018. It will still be a low mileage bike because I want to take care of it, right? I baby that thing. Um, but anyway, what I may do here is something I'm looking into is buying a third bike. Miss HDR has cleared it if I can fit in the garage. Not a new bike. I'm not buying a brand new bike. I want a third bike. I want a used bike, and it's going to be either a Heritage or an Indian Chieftain, which is our preference. We want an Indian Chieftain. And I'm going to buy that bike with some miles on it. It might have 20,000 miles on it or whatever. I don't care. But that's going to be kind of my ride bike, right? That's going to be the bike I'm going to ride all the time and go out there and enjoy riding and not baby it because it's just there, you know? I think if you get enough motorcycles and break them up, you can do your 10,000 miles a year and make it have 10 bikes, do 1,000 miles on each bike per year. Those bikes will last a long time. And then you'll have museum pieces one day. So, one payment left. You should be singing and dancing. Boots and jeans. I am so happy. And I almost traded the bike in 2 months ago. So, I would have been looking at 7 years worth of payments coming up. So, I'm glad that myself and Miss HDR talked and we decided to keep the Road Glide. And she said once it's paid off, I mean, think about it, once it's paid off, then I can change stuff out. Like I'm putting the, I think it's called the Sound Stream in it, the Sound Stream boom system in it. So I'm going to be changing out the head unit for the stereo because it has the Apple Play and stuff in it. So I can see my maps on my dashboard. That's kind of something I want. Putting the front shocks on it, so that's another $1,000. So that's going to be being done to put the front shocks on. I have talks of getting it painted, and every time I have talks of getting it painted, people say, that is a beautiful color. I love it. It looks like a BMW car because it's so neatly painted. My bike is really original. Not too many people have this color scheme on their motorcycles. But I was talking about getting the whole thing painted. If I do that, I got to strip the whole thing down this winter and take it in for paint. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But there's a couple things I'm doing to it. And probably the stage 1 upgrade. That's probably going to be done too. Early spring, I guess. As soon as I get it down to my guy, he's going to replace the head pipes. He's going to put his tuner on it, as well as high flow air cleaners. So, do I need it? No. Do I want it? Yeah, what the hell? It's paid off. I can't lose at this point by building the bike up because the money you're saving in payments, put it into the build and do something on the bike, right? So that's something I'm looking at doing, but don't do the Sony head unit. Won't be able to. Yeah, it's not a Sony. I'm not doing the Sony for sure. Those Sonys, I understand too, they're not waterproof. So if you're riding and you have beautiful weather all the time, it's fine. If it rains, you're screwed because the Sonys get water underneath the glass. So it's not a Sony radio for sure. I've learned Harleys are never paid off. Yeah, WS keys on 3 mine will be paid off because In 2.5 years, I'm retiring. I'm cutting out of work. 62 years old, I'll be done. We already got all of our. We talked to the financial managers already, the financial planners. You know, will I retire a rich man? No. Will I retire a man with sanity? Hell yeah, right? I'm not going to wait until I'm criminally insane, and I'm almost ready to kick off and die, and then I'm going to retire. I'm going to retire at 62, and see what life has to offer. I mean, I can still do things on the side. I'm a computer guy, right? Ty, I can work anywhere. Not work, but I could pick up side jobs, and that's my plan. But yeah, I got well after this school year, I got actually 1.5 school years to work. Um, I'll probably finish out the year just for the kids to graduate them, but then I'll call it quit after that. So, but yeah. So I don't want payments anymore. That's the bottom line. I can't have these, $500-$600 motorcycle payments over my head and be buying these bikes all the time. It just doesn't make sense. Plus, not only that, you remember now, you're buying a motorcycle, making $500-$600 payments, even $400 payments, whatever it is. And the people are sitting, the big people are sitting at the top of like Harley, and they're eating steak and they're riding around their yachts, and you're struggling paycheck to paycheck to pay for that thing. You don't need it, right? Go out and buy yourself a beautiful used motorcycle for about, even if you pay $10,000, right? You can get nice baggers for $10,000 and enjoy your life some. So that's what my thoughts are anyway. A lot of dealers offer the sound stream, so they must be confident. Yeah, real Jackie boy, you're right. The sound stream is really super nice. They're supposed to be coming out with a new one, a new version with an independent GPS, because the one they have right now, the only GPS you're going to have is on your phone system. So the independent GPS is like what you have on your Harley now, right? On your baggers now. So it's kind of what I'm looking. I'm kind of waiting for that to happen, but you know, if you go with the Harley one, the Harley new boom system is what, like $1,800, I think somebody said, or 1,500. The sound streams are like $1,200. So yeah, is it still pricey? Yeah, but you're getting a lot more for your buck, I think anyway. D.A. Bishop's in the house. Good morning, D.A. Bishop. You will live longer with a retired lifestyle. I know you guys, D.A. Bishop and Mike Bodine, when you look at them, they look like they're 20 years younger from the day they retired. Just because there's no stress, right? Everything's gone. You just enjoy your life. And I think that's what it's all about. You want to enjoy life. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. Nothing else I can think about in my head. We went over everything, excuses about riding motorcycles. We talked about seasons. Everybody has motorcycle seasons, whether you want to agree with that or not. The only thing difference is in Pennsylvania, New York, West Virginia, any of these states in the Northeast, okay, we have times a year where it's not that you can't ride your bike. You probably should. It's not well advised to ride your motor, especially if there's black ice on the road. I hit black ice one day on the bike, and it is not fun at all. The tires just go where they want, and you're like, ah, you just have to re-grip and regain control. But Pete Motor Adventures really love being on the road today. Boots and Jeans has been on the road today 156 days. And I think that boils down to you have to both have the same mindset. Boots and Jeans together as a couple, they both think exactly the same way. Blacktop Devil, I told him that the other day, or on Life on the Blacktop. Brian and Heather both have the same mindset. They sold their house, they left their apartment, they packed everything up in a van, and they're living in a van on the road now. I think myself and Miss HDR, I have that mindset where I love to go on an adventure like that and just kind of live on the road. But she always wants a house to come back to, a place where you can come back and hang your hat back up and hang your jacket in the cupboard and call your home. So I think when I retire, I think we'll be traveling, but I think we'll always come back home. Does that make sense? At least there's always some. I don't think we can live on the road. We don't both have that same mindset. Um, I could probably do it, and I don't even know how long I could do it, guys. 156 days is a long time to be on the road. right? We've been out on vacations for 2 weeks on the motorcycle, and by the time you get home, you just want to park the bike and kick back in the chair and relax because that's a long time also. But just a suggestion, SoundStream goes to Sturgis and Daytona Bike Week. They offer discounts on free installation, and I would love to do that. I think next year I can go to Sturgis because Sturgis happens right before I have to go back to work. We start back to work on August. This year we started August 14th. So Sturgis was a week before that. So I would like to go out to Sturgis, and I may settle up where maybe I can rent a motorcycle out there, either drive out or fly out. Is my thought. Fly out somewhere close. I don't even know where people fly in to go to Sturgis, but and just experience Sturgis for 3 days. Now, if I do that, of course, I won't have my bike with me. So, but for us to ride out, it's at least a two. Well, no, it's not. It's a 3 to 4 day ride to get to Sturgis from where we live. At best, I know guys like I could do that in one day. It's only 2,900 miles. Yeah, you probably can, right? Okay, your iron ass challenge people. You can probably make it. But for me personally, for myself and Mrs. HR, if we go out, it took us 3 days to get out. It took us 4 days to get home because we stopped more coming home. Plus, I had heat exhaustion coming home, and that put us in a hotel room for an extra day. So that happens, right? You get sick. So I would need like 2 weeks, 2 weeks total anyway to get out there. But so, Two Rock said we already booked a room for next year. The earlier you book, the cheaper. We will be riding from Ohio. It'll be our first time. Okay, Two Rock. So you're riding somewhere from Ohio. Maybe we're pretty close to pretty much everywhere in Ohio. Maybe we can meet up someday and have lunch together or something, or but I don't know how close you are to in Ohio. We go to Adventure Harley Davidson. I don't know if you know where that's at, or if you're close. There's a great barbecue joint right down the road from there, and we can always meet you up in Adventure Harley Davidson. I don't know where you guys are from, but that would always be something to do. D.A. Bishop working through it found it appears to be an old fracture. Okay, so Roguelite Andy is getting better. He thankfully, well, not thankfully, but at least it's something old. It's not something new. Buddy, we've been thinking about you and keeping you in our thoughts and prayers and hoping you get well because I know you're an active guy. Roguelite Andy is not one you're going to keep down for long. He's a young man yet. He's a young man with a lot of physical problems, but he's a great guy. So, go out there and watch his videos. Watch it. He's doing oil changes. He did recently, I just watched a video, he changed oil on his lawnmower, on his zero turn lawnmower. It's cool stuff to watch, man. He gets you in the garage. He shows you different things. He's a licensed, trained mechanic. So check his videos out. You'll have a good time with that. Any more progress on the winter meetup HDR? Not on the winter meetup, but Jim did want me to tell all you guys about Pam. The Panhandle Area Motorcycle Meetup. Pam. That's what we called it. PAMM. So watch for that. Look, check out the Facebook group. Haven't thought much about the winter meetup just for the sheer fact, guys, of working and not an excuse. I mean, if one of you want to take the reins, I would be at the meetup. My idea was if anybody wants to do this, find a nice hotel with rooms where we can have like training sessions or meetings, like a conference almost, like a YouTube Harley Davidson type conference where we could have a meetup, meet and greet. And we can also have people, going to different rooms and learning about like thumbnails or titling YouTube videos or how to edit a video. I had all kinds of thoughts like that. But if you want to plan that, I will be a participant. I would gladly come out and visit and hang out with you and something like that. So Steve Streetlight says, ride to Tennessee and let Volunteer Audio hook you up. Then you can visit Ty and okay. I didn't know that's where Volunteer Audio was. I guess so, huh? Because Ty does go there a lot. So that sounds pretty awesome. I don't know what they charge for the install, but that would be pretty nice to have somebody. I mean, installing a radio is not hard on a Harley, but that would be nice to have somebody install it for me. So, all right. Rogue Lighting is still working on VAM videos. I didn't shoot any video at VAM. I mean, is that bad? I really posted nothing from VAM because there were so many great YouTubers there that I just like watching your videos and enjoying time I spent with all of you guys out there in Virginia. So yeah, I'm one of those. I'll be on your video, but I really wasn't shooting any video for anything to use on YouTube. So, but I just like hanging out with everybody, enjoying each other's time. That's what's important to me. All right. Be an excuse to ride to Tennessee. You're right, Real Jackie Boy. When Real Jackie Boy can meet me, we can both ride to Real Tennessee. So we need to get our wives together for sure and take everybody to Real Tennessee. All right. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. It was great. Maybe I need a sound stream. Yeah, Real Jackie Boy. I mean, it's a great looking system. All right. Check them out. And you know who did a real good job on that was Riding and Wrenching. I don't know if you watch his videos or not. Riding and Wrenching. He did a comparison between SoundStream and the new CVO sound system. And the SoundStream is faster. Starting up, looking for information, it's faster than the new Harley Davidson one. So check it out. Check him out. Riding and Wrenching. The biggest, smallest channel on YouTube. That's what he says. And he has like 900,000 subscribers. So he's a wonderful guy. So he's built a big show there. All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I do appreciate it. Until next time, remember, ride your own ride. You be safe out there. Quit making excuses. Get out there and ride them motorcycles and pump some time on those 2 wheels or 3, whatever you're into. And I will talk to you next time. Until then, remember, it's your good friend, Harley Day Rider, your good friend HDR here in the beautiful HDR studios here in southwestern Pennsylvania. Goodbye, good day. Have a wonderful time out there riding. And I'll see you here next Saturday on Coffee with HDR. Good day, everybody.